So what would you say to? All right. So what would you say to? Because most of the people that's out there, are not going to spend $100 on a bottle of wine.
No.
Right. That's like very high end to a lot of people.
Yep.
Like, what
it's
are you
very
saying?
high.
What are you saying to them as far as people who like to spend 10 to 40, right? And
Yeah. So
even
that's
$50, $60 bottles of wine. That's
expensive. That's already expensive. To me,
and you see the new wave, not to cut you off, but you see the new wave now, right? You see canned wine, you start boxed wine, like you starting to see different types of wine that's out there. $7 wine, $11 bottle of wine. Talk to those people, because everybody that drink what we drink, they know what we're talking about. The people,
100%.
The people that don't understand what we're drinking, they sit back, they drinking what somebody might be Stella Rosa, right?
Right. Yellowtail, Santa Margarita,
right. So
Kendall
those
Jackson,
brands,
Josh.
right?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. I appreciate you giving me the floor on this because this is my passion.
That's educational. That's educational.
Honestly, I'm bringing this because I got to keep up with you, my man. Like, I'm with you. Let's get into the trenches. So a couple things. Number one, there's a really interesting thing in wine if you're trying to get into wine. First and foremost, you got to drink different shit. People find a wine they like and then they drink it forever. There's people that literally like a fucking rosé and they'll drink that fucking Whispering Angel like it's got the fucking cure inside of it. You know, like, I mean, like literally drink it over and over. The only way you can really, really get into wine is trying a lot of different shit. That's number one. So if you're watching right now and you're kind of getting into it and wine's exploding, led by you and your fucking crew, it's like completely penetrating. You've got to try different shit. Number two, there's a really interesting price point in wine. And there's so many people that buy under $10. And if you go to 15, shit gets crazy. Let me explain why. Whether it's Last Bottle, whether it's, Wine Text that we just launched, like there's discount sites where you can get things for $30, $40 for 15, 16, 17. If the number one thing I always tell my closest friends is like, yo, if you're going to get into wine, get really focused on shit around 15. Because most people buy 8 to 12.
Right.
And they buy Josh and they buy Smith and Hook and they buy all this stuff, which is fine. It's more than fine. But I'm telling you, if you go to 15 and you buy from discount sites, Wine Access, Wine Text for sure, Last Bottle, Vivino, those kind of things. Exactly. There's so much action at 15 because now you start getting $30, $40, $50 wines. At 15, you get $30, $40, $50 quality. At 12, you get $12 quality. You get $8 quality. At 10, you get so. And listen, honestly, on some real talk, I worked in a liquor store for 15 years of my life. 15's not inexpensive. That's money.
Absolutely.
So, but if you're into it and you're enjoying it, 15. Now, there's a couple places to get serious about. One, Portugal. On some Cristiano Ronaldo shit, Portugal. Portugal is crazy underpriced. You spend $12 in Portugal, you're getting $40 action in California. Number two, you brought it up, Chateauneuf du Pape. If you go to Côte du Rhône from good producers, you can get real juice at $12 and $13, $14.
Absolutely, for sure.
Let me write some of this shit, and this way, Côte du Rhône. So that's something to look out for. So there's a lot of places. I think, Austrian Riesling and Gewürztraminer and Grüner Veltliner, $12, $15, you can get crazy stuff. So there's a lot of places to get educated on, but I'm a huge fan of the south of France, Languedoc and Provence. I'm a huge fan of Rhône, especially Côte du Rhône. I'm obsessed with Portugal, like obsessed with Portugal.
What about Chilean wine?
I think Portugal and Southwest France do a better job. There's some really good Chilean wines. There's some really good Malbecs from Argentina. There's some really, Pinotage from South Africa that people don't fuck with. I think is really underpriced.
Oh, that's my next one. That's my next.
Talk about it.
South Africa will be the next region that I hit because it's untapped, right? It's untapped, and also they have so much history and heritage over there that. The grapes are incredible. I had one. I actually went to South Africa a couple summers ago, and I went to a vineyard. It was incredible. Some of the best.
Pinotage?
Some of the best wine that I ever had.
So, I think the biggest thing, couple other things while we got everybody's attention. You have to start a wine group. Now, with the way the world is, like a Zoom wine group in person. Here's why starting a wine group matters. Everybody's watching right now. Literally go to your address book, look at all your homies, and literally text 15 of them, be like, you want to start a wine group and get together once a month and drink wine? Here's why. This is how I learned. Because now all of a sudden you're going out with 7 characters, your homies, acquaintances, and now you're tasting 7 wines on that Thursday night, not just 1.
Right.
So tasting groups are a huge thing. Virtual tastings now, I highly recommend that. It's a great way to go.
Yeah, so I didn't want to give that up, but that's the next thing that I'm working on. Virtual wine.
Yeah, I see this platform you're building, bro. You're about to build a $100 million business on the side, like something.